All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakwakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the electors out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to this truth. All right, with heart sincerity, and may the blessing election be upon your houses. All right, the title and topic of this lesson, all right, is going to be all right, being chastised, is a part of this walk. All right, getting chastised is a part of this walk. All right, because when we come and serve Yahweh Shem Shai, we are going to be chastised. We are going to catch hell. We are going to have our ups and our downs, but that is all a part of this walk. All right, because we have to go through that, through those different trials and tribulations, man. Ultimately, man. All right, but at the end of the day, whatsoever is brought upon us, we should take it cheerfully, man. All right, and continually push and fight and strive. Okay, this is Job, the 5th chapter, verse 17, and reads, "Behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth. Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty." All right, so when you being chastised, take it cheerfully. Okay, when a parent has their child, the child is going the wrong direction or misbehaving, all right, they chastise that child, right? They might give them the rod of correction or whatever the case may be. All right, but that's all to have that ultimate end goal of what, to make them better. All right, to correct them. All right, to so they no longer no longer do whatever it was that they was doing, man. All right, and that's the same way the Lord is with us, man. Right, He is, correcting us. All right, He is prepping us, to be rulers. You know, taking away those old ways, ultimately, man. So, they got a saying. You can look at things with a cup half full or cup half empty. All right, and when it comes down to being chastised, all right, you should look at it with a cup half full mentality, man. All right, and take it cheerfully. This is Sirach or Ecclesiastic. It's the 2nd chapter. Start at the top, and it reads, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity," man. Hey, and this, Sirach, that whole Sirach, honestly, but Sirach, the 2nd chapter is a really good chapter, to read when you catch a hell in this place, man. When you're being chastised, when you're going through it in this place, man. Because this is a real, faith booster. It really uplifts your spirit, man. All right. Because again, the Lord gave us the spiritual insider trading to let us know when we come to serve and prepare for these things. When we come into this walk, prepare for the chastening, prepare to catch hell, prepare for the ups and downs. All right, it's a part of the walk. All right, so the Lord let us know what we were, entering into, man. All right, and He also told us to constantly endure and to cleave unto Him, man. Salakia, right? So He's supposed to constantly endure and to cleave unto Him, right? Endurance is a key and crucial thing to have in His truth, along with many other things. All right, but it is good to be able to have that endurance, man. To be able to continually go, to be able to continually push and fight and strive and serve Yahweh Shem Shai, even when you are going through your ups and downs, even when you are catching hell. All right, Even when you're getting chastised, you're going through it in the flesh. You're going through it in Babylon, man. All right? But we must be able to continually endure and push, because in our minds, right, in the back of our minds, right, we are thinking about, the end goal. All right? We're thinking about what we are striving for. Right? We're thinking about what we are laboring for, what we're pushing for. And the end goal ultimately is what? The kingdom, salvation, being a part of that number, being delivered out of this place, man. Okay? These are the things that are on our mind, in the back of our mind, the front of our mind, things that we are constantly meditating on. But we had to be able to, fight and push through the chastening, fight and push through the hell, the ups and the downs, dealing with demons at your job, dealing with demons in your family, a demon woman, demon children, whatever the case it may be, man. All right? Because we have to go through that fire. Like it says in verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the first half verses. So we got to go through that fire, man. We got to go through that purification process. We got to go through that proving process, in other terms, man. How bad do we want it? How bad do you want the kingdom? How bad do you want salvation? How bad do you want to be beamed up, man? Right? How bad do you want it? If you're in the mindset, whoa, it's like it. If you're in the mindset of let me close this up. If you're in the mindset of there's no other options besides serving Yahweh Shem Shai, there's no other options besides, doing everything that you can possibly do to get beamed up, that's the best mindset to have, man. Because when you really step back and think about it and look at it, there is no other options, man. The only options that we have is to serve Yahweh Shem Shai and endure through the chastening. Take it cheerfully. Push, strive. Do what is required of us to be done. Point blank, period. No sugarcoating on that. All right. I'm gonna read verse 6. It reads, believe in him and he will help thee, order thy way aright, and trust in him. Right? We need to believe and trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. Believe and trust that we can rely on Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Believe and trust that in the times of our affliction, in the times of our chastening, in the times of us catching hell, our ups and our downs in this place, man, that we can cleave unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. That is our number one line of defense. That is our 911 call, man. That is our first responder, right? While the rest of these people, they going through it, they calling 911, they calling the ambulance, they trying to go to the hospital, they calling the doctor, they calling security, whatever the case may be. We calling on Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai first and foremost, man. That's who we cleave unto first, man. That's our spiritual speed dial, man. Right? But we must continually endure and push. I cannot say that enough. I'm going to sound like a broken record in this lesson. We must continually push and endure, because we have no other options. The only other option is death. And we don't want death, man. We're trying to choose life. We're trying to choose salvation. We're trying to get beamed up out of this place, man. We're trying to receive those incorruptible crowns. We're trying to be found, in good favor in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right? But in order to receive those things and do those things, we have to do what is required of us to be done and endure. And go through the fire. Go through that purification process. Go through that proving process. This is Hebrews 12 chapter verse 7. It reads, if ye endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. But what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? Right? So it's a good thing if we get chastised and we endure through it. Because what? That shows us, the Heavenly Father deal with us like we're his son, right? Because like it says, for what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not, right? If you had a father in your life or a father figure in your life, right, you've been chastised before as a child, man. Growing up, whatever the case may be, man. Right? You chastise your child, right? Because what? You are trying to build them up. You are trying to correct them. You're trying to, ultimately mold them up into being something great and or better than the current state that they were at. And that's the same way Yahweh Shemal Shah is with us. So again, that's why I say to be taking that chastening, cheerfully, This is 2 Timothy, the second chapter, verse 3. And it reads, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Hamashiach." All right. Again, a broken record. Endurance, endurance, endurance. We have to endure. Right? As a matter of fact, let me search this real quick. Let me get that Right. This is the definition for the word endurance. Right. Definition for the word endurance from the Oxford Languages. Right, Google. Right. It says the fact or power of enduring an unpleasant or difficult process or situation without giving way. Right? Some of the synonyms here is toleration, bearing, tolerance, sufferance, fortitude, forbearance, patience, acceptance, stamina, persistence, determination, grit, guts, So we must be able to, continually endure and push in Babylon and take the chastening and endure through the chastening and push through the chastening, no matter what, right? No matter the difficulty, right? No matter the situation, keep fucking pushing, man. Excuse my French, but keep pushing, man, because we are almost at the end. We're gonna catch hell. We're gonna have our ups and downs. We're gonna get chastised. We already know this. The Lord told us of this when we came to serve him, man. We already knew this was gonna happen. We already knew we were gonna catch hell. All right. So this is a time more than ever to really be all gas and no brakes, man. Right? We're gonna have our days in Babylon. We're gonna have our ups and our downs in this place, man. It's not gonna be cupcakes and rainbows, man. You're gonna have good times, you also gonna have bad times. But we must continually push and endure and continually serve Yahweh Shema Shai and keep the end goal in mind. Keep our mind, our eyes on the prize, man, which is salvation, which is the kingdom, man, which is deliverance, man. All right. But hey, I'm gonna wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the elect of Israel. With that being said, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach Chodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Well. Peace, blessings, salutations to those for elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to this truth. All right, and again, continually endure, fight, push, and strive all the way into the end, man. All the way into our last breath, But with that, I want to say shalom until the next lesson. Shalom.